Hey everybody, David Hollauer, Meadowlark Extension District Agent, Crops and Soils, and I'd like to welcome you to the first discussion of 2025 as part of our first Friday Forage Focus Series. Every month in this space, we're going to try to have a discussion around forages, and this month I want to chat about an update to our fall armyworm trapping network. The image that you see here is from a trap that we have put out for the last couple years. We've actually had two of them across the district in two locations for the past 2 years, trying to see when fall armyworms are coming in and out of the state. It's a simple pheromone trap. We get the male moths in there, and then we count them to see what our numbers look like. And while that isn't necessarily what we would say is a predictive type of indicator as to where we're going to have pressure issues or problems, it does kind of paint an interesting picture as to what is going on in our area from the standpoint of fall armyworm travel. The first thing that I think that it says is that if you look at this graphic from Jackson County, there's two traps, again, one in east central Jackson County, one in the southwestern corner of Jefferson County. In this trap in Jackson County, you can see that those fall armyworm moths might have been in just a little bit earlier than what we'd expected. This trap went out in mid-July, probably should have been out in late June or early July. In 17 of the 18 weeks it was out, we caught moths. Pretty significant numbers in some of those weeks, as you can see by the numbers, the peaks on there, but certainly shows that we had moths out there, maybe even in early July in some cases. The other thing that you can see if you look at this graph from Jefferson County is that there are big differences in the variability between locations. You know, the peak of that Jackson County graph came earlier in the summer, but the peak in the Jefferson County graph, just 35 miles apart, was way later in the season, not occurring until all the way into mid-November. So pretty significant difference in what is getting trapped in those and when it is occurring. There's a lot of reasons for that. Could be difference in haying time, could be difference in weather, could be difference in a lot of different things. That's still what we're trying to tease out. And that leads me to our last point. I think that individual field scouting is still going to be important. We're going to continue this network. We're going to try to get better numbers year in and year out, maybe be able to predict things a little bit better. But we still need to make sure, as a reminder, as we even start to look to 2025, that individual field scouting is very, very important. You know, moth numbers were reflective of the times that we heard feeding reports, but they sometimes lagged a little bit. Numbers were different and different traps at different times, and so it shows that we need to be looking at our individual fields so that we can make sure that we are noting pressure before it becomes a bigger issue and causes us more damage than we've already seen. If you'd like to take a closer look at these, I'm happy to share them with you. You can certainly reach out to me via any of our Meadowlark Extension District offices, or we're going to post a link to our Meadowlark Extension District or Garnerby blog in the space below. You can check it out there as well.